Low, low.
Ghost Note. 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 Ghost Note.
Start. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I'm Neha Khurana, a faculty member here at Vidyashilp University, and also your anchor for this section of the orientation. The campus is buzzing today with all the fresh energy that you all, a new batch of students and their parents who are accompanying them, have brought us today. On behalf of everyone here at VU, I extend a very heartfelt welcome to one and all. To light the ceremonial lamp right here, a symbol of hope and new beginnings, I invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Babu, our Registrar, Mr. Ramakrishnan, the Dean of the School of Engineering and Technology, the Dean of Design, Program Chair of School of Engineering and Technology, Smita, Professor Shastri, Rupa. Please, one and all, come and light the ceremonial lamp and inaugurate today's program.
सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यम् त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णु त्वं रुद्रः त्वम् इन्द्र त्वम् अग्नि त्वम् वायु त्वम् सूर्य त्वम् चन्द्रमास्त्वम् ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो नमो व्रातपतये.
Thank you, everyone. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor P.G. Babu, embodies the spirit of interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity, which is at the heart of our philosophy at Vidyashilp University. And I now invite him to address the audience with a slice of the wealth of the experience that he has. Professor Babu.
Thank you, Neha. And welcome all of you to the new academic year, 26-27. I'm really happy to be standing in front of this particular group, especially. Can we I'm particularly happy to be standing in front of the students who are coming for the BTech program. in artificial intelligence and machine learning as well as computation and data science. This kind of makes it a bit nostalgic for me. Like often the universities in Bangalore, like I keep comparing themselves with Ashoka and things like that. So I wonder like why in Bangalore we need to go all the way to Delhi to compare. Like I just have to go to Malleshwaram and see Indian Institute of Science, right? So that is my alma mater. And where in the world, like as a young undergraduate student, I was actually registered in the School of Business. And the first course which I ever taught, in fact, like many years, like I spent like walking the corridors of electrical engineering department. And I'm just coming to that. Like our dean is from, dean of the school is from old student from the same department. So like that is a place like I had this mentor, a close friend, mentor, and guide. His name is Vivek Borkar. He used to say that like I have nothing but my chains, and of course he meant Markov chains. Like, and he wrote like several, one of the India's, not only India's, the world's foremost stochastic control theorist. Some of the greatest papers which he wrote, I was sitting in close proximity to see him actually sitting and writing. He will take a sheet of papers and write, start from introduction to title of the paper to the abstract to keywords to everything, and nothing struck off. Like so the flow was, he was a genius. So I had great opportunity to watch him closely, and I watched the entire. Like once you are there, you learn a lot of things about from the history of Indian social science, and this is a time also to remember what great leaders can do or what pioneering universities can do. So there they had Professor Satish Dhawan, who later was the ISRO chairman. So he was one of the most successful directors of Indian Institute of Science. And a place like Indian Institute of Science, you not only learn good things, like you also learn like, you don't take words but just because somebody is senior and telling you, you don't have to do, you don't have to listen to that and take it verbatim. You can apply your mind. For example, C.V. Raman also, as you know, taught and worked in Indian Institute of Science for long, and he was also director of the institute for a brief period in 1940s. The IISc folklore has it that him to be the worst director of IISc. The best director of IISc used to always be Satish Dhawan. Okay, it was Satish Dhawan who got those days Professor Rajaraman from the IIT Kanpur to Bangalore. And that I think started that entire computer science revolution in Bangalore. I think that's like was probably the critical point. And I don't know how many of you know people like uh, Tom Kailath. How many of you here know? Like, have you heard the name Tom Kailath ever? Tom Kailath, first of all, is an Indian from Pune and Pune Engineering College, and then he went to MIT and worked with Norbert Wiener, and he was like a professor at Stanford, and half of Silicon Valley CEOs were all his students. Like they're all eating out of his hands. So those are the kind of people who used to come every year to the Indian Institute of Science. And Indian Institute of Science had another, yet the electrical engineering department, particularly had yet another legend, who we all used to call him fondly as Malt. He is M.A.L. Tatachar, a true legend, and he did his master's as well as a PhD from Indian Institute of Science, and later he became a professor there, and he rose to become the chairman of the department, head of the divisional sciences of electrical sciences. He is a true legend, and to him, like we trace the early work on learning automata and pattern recognition. We kind of trace it back to him. So he was the one who started that entire line of work in India, and his book with an Yale computer scientist Narendra is a masterpiece on pattern recognition and learning automata. And later, he in fact wrote yet another monograph on neural networks and learning automata. And our dean, Professor Shastri, I think, if I remember, was the co-author of that second monograph. So that entire line of work, what has later become reinforcement learning, machine learning, and so on and so forth. So that entire thing, the origin was at Indian Institute of Science, and it starts with Professor Malt, as I said, and the direct student of Malt, the PhD student of Malt is Professor Shastri. so whom we are fortunate to have here as our Dean of School of Engineering and Technology. And the much of the work in early machine learning, like in reinforcement learning, whatever you want to call it, was done at Indian Institute of Science, either in computer science department or in the electrical engineering department. And like like there are a lot of things to see and learn from the yet another person, because I see our registrar here and also Professor Sastry. We had a true legend, one who should have won the Nobel Prize for India in biophysics, G.N. Ramachandran. Those days, like he was Albert Einstein professor at chair professor at IISc after his retirement from University of Madras. A true legend. Like if you see like the biophysics, the entire modern biophysics books are full of Ramachandran plots and things like that. We owe it to him. So, and Professor Sastry, if I remember right, was his kind of a teaching assistant, trying to kind of develop his lecture notes into a kind of a monograph. I don't know whether it was ever completed, but like so that's a kind of a tradition, intellectual tradition, and the openness institutes had in India. We don't have to go far. We don't have to go to Delhi, or we don't have to go to Stanford. All you do is look within Bangalore. Several names I can think of. Rodam Narasimha is yet another name. There are several who are part of this milieu, the science and technology milieu here, to whom we owe a lot. Like all the Indian computer science later revolution comes out of these few people who I think motivated and created generation of scholars. So with that kind of a brief introduction, I think it is only fair that like I give it to the true descendant of this tradition, this great tradition, starting with Malt, Professor Sastry. So may I kind of invite him to talk to you. Would you like this?
Good afternoon to everyone, and once again a warm welcome for all of you to Vidyashilp University. It's really nice to see so many youngsters, eager youngsters here who are going to start on their technological journey. And all of you are going to major in computer science with honors in AI, ML, data science, words that have become almost commonplace knowledge today, right? Everybody has experienced it. I suppose all of you have used either ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, right? I don't think there's anybody here who has not used it. Right? All of you have heard the words LLMs, right? Large language models. Okay? The interesting thing is that hardly 5 years ago, when all of you are in your middle high school, nobody in the world knows about LLMs. Right? If you take away Sam Altman, maybe nobody was even thinking of LLMs, just hardly 5 years back. Right? That's the nature of technology. Right? Many strands come together and suddenly a technology bursts out. And that is the nature of AI today. So, you will learn all the technical things anyway here. So what I thought is I'll just take 10 minutes to give you a kind of overall perspective. Every technology doesn't come from from vacuum. There are a lot of things that over the years have come, which brought us to this state. Unlike any major technological revolution, one has to also be conscious of what it does to the society. And AI is a technology like that, unlike your smartphones, unlike your satellite communication. Those are also technological advances. This is a kind of a technological advance that's comparable to industrial evolution. It may change a lot of things. So I thought I'll give you two strands. One is looking back, that how we came here. Two, you are the generation who have to manage this change. So I'll just tell you a few thoughts on what we hope you will grow into. As I said, no, even 5 years ago, nobody knew about LLM. That doesn't mean that AI came yesterday or 5 years ago. But many people do think so. Actually, the thought of what I'm trying to tell today came a few months ago. I'm also an honorary professor at University of Science. I was a professor there for many years and retired. I'm still an honorary professor. I go there a few days a week. I was just coming and it's raining and some student was waiting, so I told him I can give him a lift. He got in, he's a project assistant in some department, just recently joined. He finished his BTech last year. And conversationally asked me, sir, what do you work on? I said, artificial intelligence, machine learning. He said, oh, so nice, all big topics. I said, how long have you been here? I said, I've been a professor here for more than 35 years. So what do you used to work on? I said, AI and ML. He said, is there ML in 1980s? No, that's a sad thing. Of course, ML was there in 1980s and even earlier. My PhD thesis was on machine learning. An interesting thing about artificial intelligence is that it has an official date of birth. Most fields just develop. Artificial intelligence had an official date of birth. In 1956, there was a conference or a workshop, a 3-month workshop held at Dartmouth, where the position paper for the workshop mentioned this name for the first time, the name of this field for the first time, and defined it. So it kind of has an official date of birth. And that itself came from one other big development. How many of you have heard of this movie called Imitation Game? No? The 2014 Hollywood movie, very successful. It has the record of being one of the biggest grossers, and it has been nominated for many Oscars. It is the biography of a scientist called Alan Turing. Okay, I don't know have any of you heard of his name, Turing? He is, in a sense, the father of the theory of computer science. He laid the foundations for the field of computer science today. In 1950, when computers were hardly there anywhere, he wrote a paper called Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Okay? The idea of asking whether computers can be intelligent is very old. And the name for the movie, The Imitation Game, is asking the question, how do I know whether a computer is intelligent? And his answer is that if through only a teletype, without seeing the person making the responses, if I'm interacting with somebody, let's say there are 2 rooms, I'm in the 3rd room, I'm interacting with both, there are 2 entities in the 2 rooms, I'm interacting with them through typing. If I can't distinguish which is a man, which is a computer, or which a person, or which a computer, then that computer is as intelligent as. Now, that's essentially what LLMs have become today. Right? We interact with them, and so many people actually develop a relationship with them. We almost think of them like persons. So that imitation game, right, which is what Turing started as a yardstick for intelligence, was the reason why it's called Turing test. It's very famous, and that's what gave the name to the movie of his biography. Turing, of course, is a stalwart. The Nobel Prize in Computer Science, the highest honor in computer science, often called Nobel Prize in Computer Science, is named after him. It's called the Turing Award. So, much before computers are there, much before the computing power was there, people have been thinking about intelligent assistants. Right? As I said, 1950, the paper's title is Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Now, of course, the kind of hype you're seeing today is also not new. Mid-1980s, the then US president had a $1 trillion budget to develop intelligent computers. It's called the 5th generation computing. If people can try it out in your Google, what it means. The LLMs you're seeing today are not the first generative models for language. that there was a program in 80s called Eliza, with whom you can converse, and it pretends to be a psychoanalyst and does a reasonable job of that. So there are many strands that went into it. One thing, of course, is that the computing power has become very big. Professor Babu mentioned of Rajaraman, who is the father of computer science in India. People of my generation all grew up reading his books. When he was the head of computer science in ISC, the best computer had memory of 2 megabytes. That is the computer for the entire campus. That the kind of constraint with which one used to work. And that's also a reason why many of these things didn't burst out like this. But today, okay, yeah, as I said, there's a lot of stand that came in. And today, this is going to take into every sphere. All of you have great opportunities to become great innovators, harness the power of this artificial intelligence for solving many societal problems. Okay? But like any big technological revolution, like the industrial revolution, there's always this fear on scope of the kind of disruption it can bring about in the society. Now, this also been thought of for many years. I just will go back to literature just to bring some strands to give you my thoughts on what you people should be looking at in your career. Much before computers were there, much before any of the science was there, the idea of that man creating artifacts which are like us, which are intelligent beings, was there for a long time. In modern times, an influential such literature is a novel called Frankenstein. Some of you might have heard Frankenstein word. It's come to mean something that went wrong, a great discovery that went wrong. It's a novel about some mad scientist making an artificial man, and that person becomes rogue and he kills the person who made him. So Frankenstein has been used for technologies that come and bite their creators. So this happened late 1800s, and through early 1900s, almost all science fiction literature of this kind of people is all negative. And one of the persons influential in changing that perception is a science fiction author called Isaac Asimov. She invented the idea of robots. I mean, he didn't invent that word was there in some European languages. He used robots for the first time in a big way, and they are the intelligent computers of that time. And she thought that she invented a fictional world where intelligent computers in partnership with human beings can create so much wealth that humanity actually makes galactic empires. And the heart of that, the reason why they can do it is, in his fictional world, he invented 3 laws of robotics. Right? Just like there are 3 laws of Newton's laws, the 3 laws of robotics. The first law says a robot should not harm a human being or let harm come to a human being by inaction. Second law says a human being should always obey, a robot should always obey a human being unless it conflicts with first law. And the third law says a robot should protect itself unless it conflicts with first 2 laws. It's a very, very nice prescription of how a technology should be managed. Of course, it's a fictional world. In his fictional world, these are the force of natural law. Nobody can violate it. And in spite of it, he invents very interesting situations where a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of other drama can happen. But this is an interesting description, right? When you are handling this kind of technological change, which can bring a lot of disruptions, this kind of laws, I suppose laws of robotics is what all the regulatory agencies are today grappling with. I don't know if you have been following the news. Last week, one US senator has introduced a private bill to say that government should have power to shut down OpenAI or Grok or whatever in case they see that it is going to harm the society. Right? I don't know where the bill will go. Just 5 days ago, a model that OpenAI was testing is not a public model. Sorry. So, I'm sorry about this. I should have switched off my phone. We tell all the students to switch off the phone, but sometimes we professors forget it. Sorry about that. It actually they're testing some new capabilities, and the thing became rogue, and they're supposed to be gods whereby it can't go on to internet, but it broke that. It went and did a lot of cyber damage. Of course, the company made a disclosure and they're doing something. So there are issues like this, and SMO's laws of robotics can give you a framework which can kind of create regulatory mechanisms to do this. Right? Now, the reason I'm mentioning all this to you is you are the generation that has to handle this change. At Vidyashilp, the role we play is to sensitize you to this compared to many other computer science programs. Here we teach you about professionals' responsibility towards the society. We want you to do at least one socially relevant project. We teach you about democracy, about human rights, about individuals' rights, about how technology should balance development with, the society's responsibilities towards all people. So the course here is not just computer science; it also has sufficient liberal arts background. We give you this background, and as I said, this really exciting times. A lot of things can happen with AI. There's a lot of potential. I'm not trying to scare anybody. It's a technology that has potential to bring a lot of development, like what happened in SMO's fictional world, where the entire world benefits, and we can colonize the stars. But we need to handle it well, right? And to handle it well, the professionals who are being trained in this area, right, should have that empathy towards, should have that understanding of their responsibility towards society. Right? So I wish all of you a great time here, and I hope we will impart you the kind of education whereby you will not only learn the technology of AI, but also learn the other relevant issues of what are your responsibilities in managing this technology. Once again, I wish you all a great future ahead.
Thanks to both of you, Professor Babu and Professor Shastri, for those wonderful welcome addresses. Professor Shastri's speech in particular reminded me about the teamwork we've been doing this semester and before that to bring together the spirit of liberal arts to the School of Engineering and Technology, the spirit of engineering and technology to the School of Liberal Arts, how we actually work in a multidisciplinary way. This is the result of a lot of discussions and conversations. The ethos that really inspires the university today is one of responsibility towards the society, as Professor Shastri was saying. And we of course come to it with this wealth of experience that Professor Babu gave us a slice of today. I now invite Professor Babu to introduce the rest of the team at Vidyashilp University.
One key person you have already met right now, Professor Shastri from the School of Engineering and Technology. Then we have Professor Chandan Gowda, who is the Dean of the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Professor Rupa Madhav is here, the Dean of the School of Law. Professor Narendra Raghunath, the Dean of the School of Design. Professor Kuriakose is traveling today, like he's the Dean of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Professor Smita Rao, the Program Chair of the School of Engineering and Technology. Professor Radhika Lobo is the Program Chair of the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Professor Vasanti Mariadas, she is the Program Chair for the School of Design. Dr. Anuj Verma is the Program Coordinator of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Mr. Ramakrishnan is the Registrar of the University. Dr. Paneerselvam is the Registrar Evaluation. Dr. Bijil Prakash is the Director of the Campus Life of the University. Ms. Arnavas Basiwala, the Associate Director of the Student Residences. Mr. Dhananjay Kumar is the Director of the Early Careers Office. Ms. Anuja Shena is heading the Office of Global Initiatives. We have Ragini is the Deputy Librarian in charge of the library. Mr. Akshay Kumar is the Finance Officer of the University. Mr. Guru Raj is the Admin in charge. And do I have Guru Raj? Like, no. And we have Professor Vato, who is the Director of the Vidyashilp University Center for Art, Design and Innovation. Maybe at this point, I think like before I hand over to Neha again, maybe just a few words. There are certain, apart from the departments, like your core departments, like you have A&ML and you have computation and data science, economics, psychology, design, and several other law, of course, and law has two tracks, BA LLM and as well as the BMS LLM, and you have a bachelor's in management studies as well. Apart from all of this, you also have certain centers at the middle of the university. And like for example, the Vukadi is one such center. You also have Center for Market Regulation and Governance, Center for Writing, and so on and so forth. There are several centers which are located in the middle of the university. They do not belong to one particular department. So you as a student, like given your interest, you could take interest, for example, if say for example, you are into robotics and you are interested in certain regulatory aspects, maybe you could go into the Center for Market Regulation and Governance and do a project there. Or alternatively take a short workshop which that particular center has to offer. And in the same way, Vukadi has run several activities and workshops run by several international designers as well as artists who come and conduct the residential workshops here. And it could be anything to anything, sustainable development to like social design. It could vary on vary in terms of the focus area. So depending on your own interest, you could try out some of those workshops. Okay, so most of the students from tech school do try out design as a minor, and most likely, I think, like given A&ML focus, you might also be interested in cognitive science, which psychologists have to offer here. So there are several such cross-cutting interdisciplinary work which is happening. Several students, in fact, write papers. The other important thing which I need to mention here is, of course, the makerspace. So makerspace is right now focusing on robotics and their applications to agriculture, in health sciences, and in terms of crime detection and so on and so forth. So we have our colleagues here who are in charge of it right now, Dr. D.C. Kiran and Mela. So there are several such centers where you can try out. They are also at one point were interested in drones, but now I think like robots have taken the precedence, and along with the Professor Smita Rao, the program chair for the department, they have got into several hackathons and won the first, second, third prizes. I have a big check for almost like 2 lakhs from the central government, which they won recently in a hackathon. So there are several such things, activities you can indulge in. Apart from your core major and minor studies, you could kind of experiment with many of these things. Soon we may even have retrofitting a diesel bus with electro EV vehicles and all those kind of things where you can really try your hand with sustainability, battery optimization, and several of those kind of things you should be able to do here at the university. So welcome once again to a kind of an interdisciplinary environment which we foster here at the university. Thank you and welcome once again.
So now that you know the who's who of the university, there are of course many other people to know, even each other, and you will discover all of us, your faculty, and so on. We would like to now show you a video, a small video on the rest of the faculty. So you've got to know some of them today, right now. We would like to show you many other faculty that you will encounter through the course of your program. That's indeed a lot of people for you to know and a lot of people for you to learn with, not just from. We learn together with you and we love doing that. We look forward to doing that. With that, once again, I welcome all of you here. May you have a wonderful tenure at Vidyashilp University. Welcome. Now, just before I hand over to Ms. Arnavas to speak exclusively to the hostelers, the ones who will be staying in the hostels, I would like to also inform you that for those of you not staying back for this session, and you cannot if you're not a hosteler, this is exclusively for the hostelites. There is refreshments being served in B2L2. I invite now Ms. Arnavas to please address the hostelers. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. We look forward to having you in class. Thank you.
No, I just. Fine.
Now Monday or start the other part.
Guys who are staying in hostels, stay back for the session here. Guys who are staying in hostels, please stay back here and for the session.
Guys, ensure we are supposed to be back on Monday. Monday orientation starts, so we should be here on Monday, okay? On time. You have the schedule given to you, right? The admission is given in the schedule, right? Ensure we are back on Monday. Okay? First year का final lesson बाकी सब हो गया ना अभी 357 में 357 में मेन करना मंडे तक वो बाकी सब्जेक्ट को लोग मंडे
Thank you.
So as far as possible, please get together, go along with your friends, and so that you are also more safe. Leave back your numbers with your friends. And for parents, any emergency, I am the point of contact. You can give me a call. Thiru Reddy's number you have your person who stays there down, your caretaker's number. It's always nice to communicate. And it's always not nice, we are only not saying that communicate during emergency. Communicate if you are not feeling well, if there is something that you want. Say sometimes you're not just feeling up to it. You initially for a month or so it's it's little difficult because you're leaving a cozy home, coming here, have to do everything for yourself. You have to get up in the morning and mentally plan yourself to get into the bus to come to college. There are certain things which life has to get regularized. Till then, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be that, you might not feel very happy. If there's something like that, come talk to your friends, talk to me, there's a counselor, you can talk to her also. As far as possible, it's a time where everybody has to be happy to be together. Right? Please see that there are times when you need to seek out, when you want to talk to somebody, you want to ask for something. I might be here, I am here always. But if you don't come and ask me, or if you don't tell me that, it could be certain things, except for food. Food is something which is, it could be something which you like, sometimes days you wouldn't like it also. So that is, you make your liking and your choices. It could be sometimes the aloo is made different, it's not your mummy cooking, a cook is cooking it. So there will be differences. So now it's also you should get used to it because you're going to stay out of home and it's not home cooked food. Afternoon for people who stay in Limelight, the food will come here in the cafeteria. There's a certain time between 1 and 2. You have to go and have your lunch because after 2 o'clock they leave. So within that time, please go have your lunch. And evening when you get back, there's tea, snack and all that. Night there's dinner. And then I think you're all adults. We don't have to monitor and say this time the light has to go off or this has to be done. You're a grown up, if you don't sleep in the night, in the morning you can't get up. It's very common biological science. So as far as possible, you've come here for something, you've come here to study, have fun, enjoy, but at the same time give a lot of importance and priority to your studies. Is there any question you all want to ask? No, I'm always there in the ground floor classroom, that's my room, anytime you can come over. And 5 o'clock, 5 the bus leaves. So please don't be late. 5 o'clock you have to wind up wherever you are to come to the bus stop. Because 5 the bus will leave. Morning, yes, he can wait for a minute or two, but evening he doesn't wait. So please be on time. Right? Enjoy yourself and anything, reach out. And now all the ones who go to Limelight should go to the office area there down lobby, then the cabs will take you. So we will see you on Monday. And this weekend go around your place and see where is a medical shop, where is your grooming shop, where is a place where you can buy some stationery or any items that you want to buy. Go around the place and explore the place. Thank you. Monday at 7:45 bus will come there. That Thiru Reddy will help you. 7:45. Yeah. Yes, I called him. For these 2 days you have to manage, then we will.